Hello there, everyone. It's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here with the May Journal Jam. Journal Jam, if you're not familiar, is a fusion of three different styles: mini album, junk journal, and planner. This is the May book, and it is fabulous. I've been focusing on Midori style projects here for the past 2 months, I think, forgive me, gosh, for March and April, I believe, or at least April, I know for sure. And I wanted to do the same again because I really like that style of binding, but then I had this idea. I wanted to cover the cords. So I made what I'm calling a jacket for your cords. Okay. It's adhered to the spine. You can change these around if you want to. You'll see that they swing around. You can replace them. You can add more, whatever you want. But it's just such a fabulous, fabulous concept. Now, I just want to throw this out there. I just started dabbling in the junk journal world. So if one of these fabulous crafters, junk journalers, have made this before, forgive me for not acknowledging you. I am just unaware. If it is brand new, enjoy it, guys. It is in the May Journal Jam tutorial, and I hope you love it. Let me know your thoughts and ideas on this. So if you're unfamiliar with what it typically looks like, this is what a Midori style normally looks like. It's a series of cords that hold a series of notebooks into your cover. All right. You can do multiples. You can do single cords where you have this here exposed as opposed to this entire thing exposed. There's all sorts of different ways that you can do this style of binding, let's say. All right. But here, I believe this is something new and fresh for you guys. I had Jane on my inspector mission to check out the internet and see if she sees anything like this, and she hasn't. So guys, I all I want to do is introduce you to fun things, and I hope you love it. Let me know your thoughts on it if you try it. So let me take you on the inside of this little number. So we've got a series of 3 notebooks. What I focus on for May is journaling. So expanding on the writing in terms of memory keeping. I'm not a big journaler. I don't write a lot. I don't have much to say, which is kind of ironic because I like to talk. So kind of weird, right? But in terms of like leaving behind my thoughts on paper is not something that I gravitate to. So what I like to do is tell the story with photos and just small little captions, maybe quotes, whatever the case may be. But I realize that when I make these types of projects, I like to put a lot of stuff in it where it doesn't leave a lot of room for journaling, right? So in this book, I wanted to focus on that and show you different ways to expand on journaling and my take on it. And that would be perhaps through including little notebooks for writing, little spaces for writing, like on this postcard here. Putting in these 3 little inserts right here. Extra little pockets and extra notebooks in there. Things like this for hidden journaling. Lots of stamping here, okay? And just included fun little papers, torn up papers, again, to expand on the writing portion of it. So let's say if you had a lot of things like this, right? And there isn't a lot of writing space, so then you can use these ideas in this May book to expand the journaling portion of what these are all about, if that's what you want to do. All right. And I have quite a few fun ideas in this album that I think you can incorporate them super easy into any style of project, absolutely any style. Again, I love including the little notebooks. I think they're super cute. Little flaps for writing, hidden journaling, pockets, of course, pockets here. Attaching things with shapes is another fun idea. Lots of stamping here and kind of framing out your pages. I guess this would be called doodling because this is done with a pen. So this here is more of so I incorporated another form of journaling or planning, which would be bullet journaling. You see a lot of things like this in bullet journals. So there is a fourth style that I incorporated into this May book, which I really fell in love with. Like lots of doodling. You see that a lot in bullet journals and this type of thing like this. And I just fell in love with it. I absolutely love it. And I created fun little writing spaces like this, and this is all done with markers, a ruler, and a pen or a pen. I think this one was done with a pen. So, and you'll see that all in the videos. Just fun little things, fun little folds. Like you take a piece of paper, guys, and you just fold it up, and you create a little pocket, and then all of this space for writing. Now, if you don't have a lot to say and you just want to jot small thoughts down, this is the perfect way to do it. To take a piece of paper, fold it up, ink around it, because it creates clear, defining areas for writing or putting a photo down if you want. And I think it's such a neat way to put together a collection of thoughts that you don't necessarily want it on a large sheet of paper. Like you can put one thought down here and go back to this if you wanted to. Not where when you have a large sheet of paper, you feel compelled to fill it up. And it may, in my case, I would shy away from it because I don't have that much to say. But to write on something like this, I would absolutely do that. Let me know if that resonates with you guys. If I'm making sense or if this is as clear as mud, right? Let me know. Like writing notes down on small areas is very attractive to me, right? Large areas, not so much. A large area, I want to slap a photo in there and then fill it up with cutesy things, right? But this I can do. So breaking up pages or adding more real estate to a page, because you may have a lot to say that particular time. I love the idea of hidden journaling. I think it's just a great way, like if you don't love your handwriting. So for instance, I did this up all with stamps and again, kind of bullet journal style of framing. And I do this with you guys in the video, so you'll see that how I did that. And I love if you didn't love your handwriting, then you could just leave this as is and then do your journaling on the inside. And if you ink this in every single fold, you would have 4 different areas as opposed to one large area. Then there's a belly band. Then this is a belly band where you can add more, whether that be photos or more journaling. I think this is the one that I inked up. Let's see. See, oh, I didn't ink it up. I split it up. I used my pen and I made smaller areas for writing, which I think is such a great way. This here, I folded up. This is an 8.5 by 11 paper, and I just did, again, smaller writing spots, right? Because that is more attractive to me, and it's not... It doesn't seem as like, oh my gosh, I got to fill this up with some writing, leave something interesting to say, right? And again, that just may be me. That may be me, but that's how my brain works. So I find that to be so much more like I want to write in that. This, I can't. At least not right now, okay? But this is fun, right? Adding some doodling, I guess it would be called, and you can fill up. Let's say if you had a little bit to say, then you can fill up the rest of it with some doodling, some embellishments, some stamps, and that would make it more fun and exciting. All right, so just a little bit of stamping. This notebook is really, really fun. Look at how cute this is, guys. right off the edge of the page. All right, really, really fun. I show you how to do that, and you'll have it on both sides so that you can work your magic on it, right? And some more framing of the pages. Framing of the pages, or I should say framing of photo mats, I've been doing for years. And I think in the 7-Eleven project is where I really hone in on that framing, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the project. I think it's called 7-Eleven Mini Album. It's such a good one. If you don't want to mat, if you don't want to add bulk to your projects, framing is the way to go. And you can do it with a Sharpie. You can do all sorts of different designs. Like for instance, this was a torn piece of paper, right? And instead of inking it, I took a Sharpie and I just went around the edges with that. And look at how good that looks. It looks great. You can create a series of papers and it'll look like stationery, right? So it's just such a great way. See, I did the same thing, framed around the page, and it just kind of makes it a little more cozy. I also did some framing around that. So just a bunch of random ideas in here, guys, that create this fabulous, fabulous book, and I am in love with it. Here, I love this grid idea where if you have all sorts of different thoughts, you can create a grid, journal in this grid, and you can add embellishments if you don't want to fill it up. You can also add a little window if you wanted to. Like if you wanted this to be hidden journaling, you can add a flap here with an image here, and the journaling could be on the inside. So not everything has to be exposed. And I think this grid idea is phenomenal, guys, no pun intended. And did I mention this paper collection? This is the May Journal Jam collection. It's another winner, guys. It's so fabulous. This speaks to so many parts of me. I love animal print. I love flowers. I love kind of naturey type things. Just really, really beautiful. Again, another ironic thing about me that I love naturey type things, animal print, animals, and I've never been camping in my life. So there you go, guys. Who would have thunk it, right? So another fun fact about Kathy King. So here is, again, some more stamping. Again, all about writing. So this book is all about writing. And what's so great about Journal Jam is that you get 12 different books, right? One a month, 12 different concepts or multiple concepts within those books that work back to each other. So if you wanted to take a few concepts from here, a few concepts from January, a few concepts from February, and create your perfect book, that's what this is about, guys. All right. These books are, of course, you can gift them. You can keep them for yourselves, whatever the case may be. Of course, all of those things. Yes, 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 yes. But they're great resources, right? You can't really remember every single last detail. But if you have these books on a shelf, they're great resources to go back and reference if you're creating something else and kind of just pull a few ideas out and then make one perfect book for yourself or for someone else. And I love that. I love having the ability of having resources and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So back here you have, of course, your calendar, because this is the planner portion of it. So there's your calendar. I did some stamping to do a little customizing. And then you have your weekly. So you have all of that. Every month will have the same things, just different concepts for you to draw from where you can create the perfect book. All right. So inside cover pockets, very simple on these, just a side loading pocket. I've got a few of the inserts from Top 10 Matting Ideas. I have another insert in here from the one sheet show-offs. So everything works back, guys. Everything works back. This is why you never want to miss a paper phenomenon video, because you may see something today that will work in another project tomorrow. All right. So check it out. May Journal Jam. It's another goodie. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the concept, the covering of the Midori style um, chords, and give me a shout out if you are someone who's made junk journals in the past and this speaks to you guys. I would love to know. And if you do not subscribe to my channel yet and you like what you see here, please do so. Thank you so much for spending your crafty time with me. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and until next time.